Okay, and if you're looking for what the pillars say, it's advocacy, education, healing, and spirituality. So look on the top of the pillar to see one that calls to you. As you search for your calling, and if we could quiet down, we'll go ahead and get started. Not yet. If I could ask for everyone to be quiet as you're settling into your Loretto pillar. And Barbara Nicholas is going to start this afternoon. Barbara Nicholas is going to start this afternoon and give us some update on Anthony Mary.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Barbara. Around here, I'm known as the wrong Barbara. So I just want you to know the real Barbara is Barbara Schulte. If you have any questions, that's the one. Oh, you all, I just asked to have a few words with you about Sister Anthony Mary, who'd be here at least virtually if she could. She hasn't been feeling well these last days, didn't eat well, and just was a slowed down version of herself. And so the nurses talked to the doctor about getting her assessed, and she was assessed over at Flagey Hospital the other day, and they took scans and x-rays. It all essentially is about why her elimination system, I'll just put it that way, isn't working as well as it should be. Many of you know that she had a colostomy put in many years ago, and that has worked well all these years. And for some reason, it just isn't working right at the moment. So that's why the doctors at Flagey concurred with her original surgeon, Dr. Susan Galandiak, to take her into the University of Louisville, where the original surgery was done. So that's where Anthony is now. She was transferred there last evening from Flagey into Louisville. Julie Popham, there in Louisville, is a good pal, and she's with Anthony today and a good intermediary with the medical staff. She told me that when Anthony woke up this morning and saw Julie there, she said to her, "Go get a cup of coffee." Now you know Anthony doesn't drink coffee, so she meant that for Julie. So Julie will stay in contact with her today, and then we'll see if the best possible scenario would be that through IV fluids and other techniques that the current doctors have, they will get that ostomy working well and be able to avoid surgery. However, if there is indication that some other surgical intervention would be needed, then she's in the proper place to have that done. So if Anthony knew I was here, she'd say, "Sit down." So I will. And I'm on the Zoomer up there, sort of an in-between person between here and there and her family. So keep us all in your best thoughts, and I'm working right with you. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara.
And Mary Margaret's going to introduce this afternoon. Oh, okay. Okay, sure I do. Okay. Sorry. After we have the introduction here in the whole group, we are going to break into smaller groups. We didn't get to that this morning, but we're going to do it this afternoon. So again, we would ask that about 20 of you migrate back to the dining room and sit in those tables for 4 that are closest to the back of the room. And Mary Margaret will be with you over there going through the questions and the process for the small groups. And I'll stay in here and go through the questions and the process here. So just kind of think about, are you going or are you staying, you know? And we'd like about 20 people to go so we can spread out some more.
So we might take half of this group who are all under spirituality or education, so we would go as kind of stay over there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can, are there pillars over there? You should take one.
Shaista put pillars over there, and we have, I think, two of one. And you know what? If you don't have enough, I mean, Shaista made enough that we can restick some advocacy on some or spirituality. I mean, we're ready for you. Okay. The other thing to know is the people who go over to the dining room. We are going to come back in here after we have our small group discussions so that we're all back here for the ending together for the mission that we started this morning, our topic on mission. Mary? I'll be in there with you all. And you know what? Jean's going to alert us when people in here are ready. And we have the times down, but I'd have to refigure that right now. Trust me, we're coming back in. Okay, let's just take a moment to be present to this very moment. We continue to hear I Am the Way, number 35, that talks about mission. And I'm going to read it again because mission is central to our lives. Our life and community in the present time empowers us for mission, and itself it's an expression of mission. Rejoicing in and strengthened by our mutual love, we go forth to meet our farthest neighbors in their human needs and aspirations. We seek to reach out beyond boundaries imposed by any differences that tend to separate us.
As the branches of our tree were nourished by the Spirit, the trunk of the tree, these branches on our tree nourished the other branches who live with them, and the leaves that grow from them. Similarly, Loretto, as you experienced this morning, came to recognize that students are like leaves, each of them different, unique, individual. And other kinds of schools responded to their individuality. We learned that each student has different educational needs. And so Loretto responded by initiating responses to those different educational needs. Loretto also heard a call to reach out beyond our present boundaries and borders in mission to efforts, education in advocacy, spirituality, and healing. This has been described as working for justice and acting for peace because the gospel urges us. Shaista.
Hopefully, you took a seat at the table with the name of the pillar that best describes your present or your hoped for future mission involvement. Education, advocacy, spirituality, and healing. These connect the community as a bridge to cross over. Leading to mission is into various forms. The values represented by each pillar express Loretto's present day and possibly into the future responses to the urgency of the gospel, calling us to serve our neighbors.
Okay, so we're going to get into the small groups. So if those who are going to the dining room would please wend your way there following Mary Margaret, that would be great. Okay, so we have about 45 minutes now that we're going to take in their smaller groups. And we're going to begin with 15 minutes for you to just think about. So quiet time, reflecting time, all that for 15 minutes about these questions, which I think are going to go up too. What are you presently doing? Does it recall something you either did or learned from the past that motivates your involvement in this mission now? On the sticky note, which you'll find at the center of the tables, write a few words or phrases that capture your hopes or thoughts of how this mission can continue into the future. So let me read those again. And Jean, do we have those to put up? No. Okay, great. So let me just read them again for you. What are you presently doing? Does it recall something you either did or learned from the past that motivates your involvement in this mission now? and then your hopes or thoughts of how this mission can continue into the future. So after about 15 minutes, and we're going to share responses to the above questions. And tell me the third step again. There's a third step. I'll catch you up on that. And ultimately, you're going to put your sticky notes under the pillar on your table. We were thinking maybe they'd stick on the pillars, but that doesn't work. So you're going to just put it under the pillars. And they will be collected, and people are going to look through them to see what they can glean in terms of mission for the future for Loretto. So it's not just an exercise in your thinking, it's something that's going to help move us forward. So start with, what are you presently doing in your head for maybe about 5 minutes, and then I'll go to the next question. The second question for you to contemplate is, does what you are presently doing Recall something you either did or learned from the past that motivates your involvement in this mission now. So the third part of this quiet time together is to write on the sticky note your hopes or thoughts of how this mission can continue into the future. And thank you, Jean and Rebecca. They've made a slide on the fly, so this is now up here. You can look at all the questions on the screen as well. So I'll have about another 5 minutes for this. You all have been working so hard. I'm looking forward to lots of exciting ideas. You'll have about 25 minutes now in your table group. If you're at a particularly large table and you want to kind of break into two smaller groups, that's fine. Or if you just want to stay in your group around the table, that's fine too. And we'll get the other people back in here about 25 after, and then we'll have our conclusion. Okay? Okay, if you want to draw your conversations to a close, it's not immediate. We notified the folks in the dining room and they're coming over. So you can finish those sentences or paragraphs, whatever. But just to kind of give you an alert for that.
Are you or Mary Margaret going to invite him to come up on the door? Oh, okay.
Don't forget as you wrap up, don't forget to put your sticky notes kind of under the pillar on your table, because we want to collect those and go through them and try to come out with some thoughts about how we can go forward in terms of the different pillars. Okay, so whatever you have, just kind of, I mean, doesn't have to be absolutely under, but kind of in the area where we'll know to grab them up afterwards. Okay.
I have a question. Loud? Is that loud enough? Okay. I have a question. Are you here? Are you all here? All right. By this time, we have concluded our conversation, and you put your sticky notes by the pillars. We are, just for your information, we're going to collect those, and the reason that we're going to do that is so that we have a record of what people are thinking about these three questions. So it'll come back to haunt you, or to visit you, or to inform you, or to inspire you, hopefully. Let's go back to the image of the tree that Joyce Kilmer wrote about in his poem by the same name. The image of the tree illustrates the growth of life and Loretto in the past, in the present, and it looks to the future and our relationships with one another, with Link, showing trees that can connect, like the logo for Link, connecting trees whose arms of Loretto stretch, still looking at God all day. As God sends the Spirit, we continue to nurture and to be nurtured by the Spirit of God, the trunk of the tree, helping one another, its branches, to grow and to flourish with leaves that show the produce, the product of our life and our ministry. And that tree continues to lift arms in prayer. In this gathering, we give glory, thanks, and praise for all that has been, for all that is now, and we ask God to bless our works and guide our ways, giving us strength for our journey.
I have just one announcement before we go into our break. Well, it's a two-part announcement. Um, the first is that, as we heard this morning, there are two executions taking place in Florida today. And it's the practice here at the Mother House, in conjunction with many other faith groups around the country, to ring the bell at 3 p.m. And so that will be a little bit before we're scheduled to actually be back here in the room together. But whether you're already back here in the room or you're still somewhere on campus, I hope we'll all take just a minute as that bell rings at 3 to remember James Duckett and Dominic Ochikone. I probably didn't pronounce that correctly, but the two people who are being executed in Florida today, and keep them, their families, the families of their victims in our prayers. Related to that, there's going to be an event on Sunday, August 16th, and you'll find this flyer on your table right here in the conference room at the Mother House. It's a letter writing event around the issue of the death penalty. So people will be writing letters to elected officials, faith leaders, newspaper editors. And if you're not here in Kentucky, I'm sure they would welcome your participation wherever you are in sending them to your local elected officials and so forth. And maybe Caroline Jaramillo would, before that, do a link on the in the announcements, maybe the mission announcements or something. Carolyn, are you here? So some of those resources and talking points, people could access those, okay? Okay, so we're going to break now until, no, we're not. When we break after we sing ourselves out again, we'll come back at 10 after 3, and we're going to be talking about the Pakistan mission and the future of the Pakistan mission. So, Maria, would you?
All right, everybody, bring your best voice. Oh, bless our works and guide our ways. Glory, 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 glory. We give you glory, thanks, and praise.
Okay, here we are back again. She's got her Pakistan scarf on, I think. Before we start the business, oh, that rowdy table over there. I know. Before we start this afternoon's business, sometimes I get up here and I kind of forget the forest for the trees or whatever. And I totally forgot to thank Marty Lally and Mary Margaret Murphy for their hard work putting together the second part of the morning, first part of the afternoon. And again, Shaista for the lovely Pillars of Loretto mission. Thank you, Shaista. So now I'm going to turn this over to Maria. We can cheer for her too.
Sorry. Sister Barbara said, Maria, actually Sister Nasreen and I, we planned this to do together, but since Sister Nasreen is not able to come, so I have Mariba with me. So, yeah, M&M, yeah. So now, first of all, we would like to give you overview of Pakistan's situation right now. May I ask my friends to please? Yep. अच्छा तो माइक ना फाड़ लिया मां दो एक एक फाड़ लेने Yep. Pardon? Okay. So in this picture, we can see the different dresses of different parts of Pakistan.
Next.
Okay.
Socioeconomic problems. Social economic problems are divided into two main parts. First, social problems. Second, economic problems.
Next, please. So social problems are poverty, illiteracy, corruption, unemployment, child labor, health problem. Then economic problems, power crisis, war on terrorism, declining export, tumbling stock market, lack of tourism, loss in business. Next, please.
Scarcity of basic necessities, poverty. A large proportion of the population lives below the poverty line. Many people lack access to basic necessities such as food, clean water, healthcare, education, and adequate housing. As a result, they live in poor and difficult conditions.
Next, please. Illiteracy. Inability to read and write is called illiteracy. Government says 63%, but human rights organizations, they says 50% of the population is literate. Like at UN, they always show the shadow report, so NGOs are always giving those kind of reports. Causes of illiteracy, lack of resources, high cost of education, lack of institutes and access.
Next, please. Corruption. Corruption in Pakistan is a deeply rooted and widespread challenge that affects governance, economic growth, and public trust. It is estimated to cost the country 6 to 6.5% of its GDP annually due to state capture, misuse of public resources, and elite. Thank you. Elite privilege. According to Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index, Pakistan ranks 136th out of 180 countries, highlighting the seriousness of the issue.
Number one. Next, please. Unemployment. Unemployment is a major social problem caused by poor economical system. Lack of funds, followed by unorganized system, and lack of new projects are causing unemployment in Pakistan. Next, please.
Health problems. Health is another social problem caused by poor economic conditions. The cost of living is ever increasing, and shortage of funds is a usual problem worldwide. There are less hospitals and medical centers, and if there are any, the people are unable to afford their and their children's health expenses, so the health problems grow unchecked. Pakistan's doctor to population ratio is approximately 1 doctor per 1,300 people, falling short of the
1,000.
you know better, recommendations set by the World Health Organization.
Child labor. Pakistan is facing a severe education crisis with 26.2 million children aged 5 to 16 out of school, the second highest number in the world. Many children who deserve education are forced into labor as poverty, inflation, and unemployment push families to send them to work just to survive. Economic inequality limits wealth to a small group, while the poor become poorer, and Pakistan has faced international pressure when child labor was found in exported goods. Maybe you have, the picture of this little boy. He was 9 years old, and his name is Iqbal Masih. In 1997, there was a global march against child labor, and this child was one part of that whole thing. That's why Pakistani government allowed child labor to global march to enter Pakistan because of this boy. Next, please.
War on terrorism. The war against terrorism has significantly contributed to Pakistan's economic crisis by increasing security expenditures and slowing economic growth. At the same time, many people continue to live in constant fear due to ongoing security threats affecting their daily lives, livelihoods, and overall sense of safety.
Next, please. Women's situation. Women in Pakistan continue to face serious challenges, including gender discrimination, limited access to education and economic opportunities, domestic violence, and forced marriages, honor-based violence, including honor killing, remains a great concern in some communities where women are punished for perceived violation of social expectations. Many women struggle to have their voice heard and to access justice and protection. Despite these challenges, Pakistani women continue to show resilience and contribute significantly to society, education, and the economy.
Religious minorities. Religious minorities in Pakistan face serious challenges, including discrimination, social pressure, and unequal treatment. Cases of forced conversion and forced marriages of minority girls remain a major human rights concern, particularly among vulnerable communities. False accusations under blasphemy laws have also led to fear, harassment, and violence against minority individuals and families. Many minorities struggle to seek justice and protection due to social and legal barriers, despite their valuable contributions to Pakistan's society and culture.
And the family in this picture is they are our new neighbors. If you would like to know more about it, kindly catch me anywhere, any place. I will be happy to share their story, but right now it is not okay to share about them. So this was overall about Pakistan, and now we will talk about our mission in Pakistan. Next, please.
Together in mission. MSSP Fathers, Maltese Fathers, and Sisters of Loretto in Collaborative Educational Service.
As most of you know, that Sister Nasreen was asked from Maltese Fathers to be the principal because they are the fathers are from Malta, none of them knows Urdu, and they're running a school in Pakistan, and they requested Sister Nasreen to be the principal of the school. So she, I forgot, last year, year before last, we were able to make this agreement, we contract with them or agreement, whatever it is. And Sister Nasreen and Samina, you can see them in the picture, and I was the one who took the picture. That's why I'm not there. Pardon? Who else? The lady who is in orange or something color, she's the secretary of the school. The teacher who is in purple, she is a special education teacher. And the person who is standing next to Sister Nasreen, his father Gerard. And another person who is ready to clap, he is Sir Shehzad, one of the senior teacher in the school.
Next, please.
Next, please.
The Sisters of Loretto empower teachers and promote child-centered quality education.
So Maltese fathers, they have some kind of contract with Maltese government that one of their university online, they teach the teachers and they work on their teaching skills. But all whatever they are doing, that is in English. So Sister Nasreen is helping them with the Urdu lesson plan and Urdu things, and also the teachers who are from first grade to fifth grade, they don't know much English, so Sister Nasreen helps them as well. Next, please.
Advance English and Urdu language skills through innovative teaching practices.
As I shared earlier, that the government of Malta is helping those Maltese priests. So they provide computer for each class, and also big screen and also their staff came to give them training how to use the computer and how to use the screen to give education to the students. And of course, Sister Nasreen is helping with the Urdu and all of the other things. Yeah, that was in English. Yeah.
Next, please. The Christmas program enriched school life by celebrating the message of hope, peace, and God's love for all.
Next, please.
A remarkable sight of 500 boys sitting for their annual examinations, united in their pursuit of knowledge and success.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is a boys' school. And this is the way, because there's the classes are like not so big. Maybe the bigger class will be like half of this hall. So in each class there are 35 to 40 students. So that is the way we do examination in Pakistan. Sister Kathy knows, and the people who have been in Pakistan, Sister Anna and others, they know this is the style. Yeah, and it is like all the boys are not from the same class, so one will be from the 8th grade, and then 6th grade, then 5th grade. So in this way, we prevent cheating. Next, please.
Primary section assembly.
So because there are 500 boys, so and the school is not so big, so there are 2 assemblies. One is from primary section, which is like about 300 students there, and then another assembly will be for the higher level. Oh, we say prayer, like when we were in Faisalabad and in St. Anthony, we teach them, we give you glory, thanks, and praise. But now it is Maltese school, so they do their own prayer plus our national anthem. Next, please.
Fruit Day. Fruit Day was celebrated in the school with nursery students presenting a fruit basket to Sister Maria.
Yeah, I happened to be there. I was going to a bank, to the bank's thing and something. So Sister Nasreen called me and she said, "Can you please come to school for a minute?" So I went there and they gave me this basket full of fruit. I was so happy. And of course, I was happy to see them. They dressed up like a fruit, and each teacher, they were telling them, each student have different thing, and they brought 1 or 2 fruits from their home. And some parents who were very generous, they were able to give them baskets. So I got 1 basket. So with that, teacher was telling them that what is the benefit of this fruit and what we will get with this, and seasonal fruits. So that's all one part of education. Next, please.
Friends of MSSP fathers visit the school at least twice a year, help the school financially.
As I shared earlier, that the government of Malta and also fathers, they have some friends who visit the school twice a year and also give training to the teachers and financial, like they have one of the best water purifier in the school. Their school is all on solar. Also, because the neighborhood is so poor, most of the time children, they don't have anything to eat. The priests, they also provide lunch for 500 students every day.
Almost all the kids are from a very poor background. School provides food for them as well. Next, please. Boys enjoying their meal.
Next, please.
Coordinating the Intercongregational Formation Program, ICFP, and serving as a weekly instructor.
That is another duty that Sister Nasreen is doing. I can say duty, I don't know what she says that. But so it is, she's the coordinator for those sisters who pronounce first vows and then spend some time with the community, and when before they get ready for they go for the final vows, they come to this program. And all over Pakistan, the sisters comes to Lahore and they join this program. So last year there were 10 of them, and before that there were 12 of them. And I don't know this year how many, because it will start in September. And is that men and women? No, only women. Yeah. The men, they are, let me see.
They are coming.
No. Oh, of course you can see the people, a person with the purple hat. He's the bishop, new bishop of Lahore, Bishop Khalid Rahmat. Yeah, those are the priests. And out of those 5 men, 3 are the professors who teach them. Next, please.
Once a week in the major seminary.
So, as you know, Sister Nasreen teaches in the major seminary as well, once a week. And these are the students. And each class, there are more than 45 students. So that's all what Sister Nasreen was doing. Now I will talk about what I have been doing. So I am still studying, and I'm at the last phase of my thesis, concluding, have written all the chapters, 7, and now I have to conclude all 7 chapters, but due to my situation in the family, I'm not able to pay much attention. This phase needs more concentration, and I need some more time to do that. I was hoping that I will be able to finish my thesis, my PhD, this end of this year, but I think it is not going to happen. It will be next year, maybe mid next year or something like that. Yeah, and maybe most of you don't know that I'm doing education, philosophy of education, and it is a comparative program. I am comparing Dutch education system to Pakistan education system and hoping to implement some of the good things from Dutch education system to Pakistan. And it is a sandwich program. Sometime I'm in Holland and sometime I'm in Pakistan, observing education system to both of the countries and interviewing the teachers. I think that's all for me. Any question? Practically. Last I did was 2 or 3 years ago, and now I'm helping some congregation just to write the proposal. But the company that I was working with, I asked them to, because of lack of my friends who are not there, and also I alone cannot carry all the panels. So I just talk to the company and they do that for us. But I'm still helping some of the congregation to write solar projects for them. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria and Mariba, for a wonderful presentation. I noticed when you had your list of all the various issues that are dealing with, I was looking at the connection between child labor and women's issues, and I was wondering about trafficking. Is trafficking an issue in Pakistan in terms of both for employment as well as sexual trafficking?
That's right. These days, China is I don't know whether I should talk about this on the mic or not, but yes, it is a big thing.
Pat McCormick. I noticed in the film that there are 500 boys being educated. I was looking for the girls.
Actually, these Malti fathers, they have school for the boys, and Malti sisters, they have school for the girls, and they are in different, close by, but they don't collaborate much.
So we, Loretto, are not educating the girls right now. Is that correct?
Yes, because we have a limited access. We will come there.
Well, I was just going to ask about plans in the future for Loretto Academy that you all will be operating.
Sister Buffy will answer to that question. Yep. Any other question?
I'll speak after in a few minutes, but we have a couple more things to do before I take the mic officially.
Yep.
The other religious communities who were pictured with the formation program, what are they?
I'm just looking at for them. So the three with the white sari with red stripes, they are from FMCK, Franciscan Missionaries of Christ the King, and then some Presentation Sisters, and Jesus and Mary, and Dominican Sisters.
And do they have a foreign leadership, or are they all native Pakistani congregations?
Jesus and Mary, they have foreign leadership, and Presentations, they have, I think, somebody from Sri Lanka, and rest I don't know. but some of them have Pakistanis.
One time I went over to that place that fixed up the water plants. I was talking to you the other day about the sunscreens, and I said the panels are still working. And I was just wondering if the water systems that we talked to those people here, if any of that has been able to continue to serve there in the community.
Yeah, we took 4 water purifiers from here. One was in Greentown, where we were living, and that was for the school and for the people of the neighborhood. Second, we installed in one of Sister Michelle's school, which was also in poor area. And third one is to Brothers of Charity. And fourth one we still have, and we are looking for the place. Yep.
And so they're functioning?
Yes, they are functioning because we put them on solar, and that works regularly.
Along the same lines, you said that the brothers had a water purification system. And at your schools, you always generously open it up for families to gather water. Are the fathers doing that?
Yes, they are doing the same.
And are they sharing food with the families besides feeding the meals for lunch or no?
No. The food is only for lunch is only for the students, because 500 students and about 35 staff. Yep.
Thank you so much, Maria, and to all of you for the update. This is wonderful and great news indeed. And I was just wondering if you could give us an update about air quality in Lahore and temperature and climate, because we realize that's something that Pakistan suffers with as a consequence of the overconsumption and overuse among those of us in the global north.
You know what we do? Every day we look at our smartphone and see what is the air quality. And if we plan to go out, if it is bad, we just wear mask and 95. And also our government is trying to put more trees and plants about that. So hopefully it will be better. No question. Is that all? Okay, so we have another small PowerPoint for you people. And friends, can you please? And I don't think that I need to explain that to anybody. Come on. Do we need to read it? Mariba.
Yes.
I have my
stand here.
assistant here.
So, who needs a certified helmet when you've got a whole cauldron on your head?
Next, please. Okay. Forget Uber Eats. This is Uber Sleep, bringing room and boarding directly to your doorsteps.
Upper deck seating. Bro paid extra for the double-decker VIP to avoid traffic glare.
Next one, please. Watch out when your dad tells you to watch out and you literally sit on the front wheel to supervise his driving. No?
Co-pilot duties. They aren't trying to pull it down. They are holding it back before it launches into full space travel mode.
Next, please. Safety first. when the traffic cop says everyone on the vehicle needs a helmet and you don't take any chances?
Equal rights. When you insist on equal rights and the cow takes the wheel.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all. Keep smiling.
And I would add one line saying, "Welcome to Pakistan."
Sister Buffy, please.
My sidekick is coming up also. We have not practiced, but we promise that we are a little improved. Yep, or down. Oh no. Well, Anna asked the question, and the executive committee and president, we have not made a final decision about building a school in Pakistan. Although we've purchased the land, we believe it's important to wait until Samina, Mariba, Saima, Shaista, Nazreen, and Maria are all back together and have the opportunity to together discern the future of their mission in Pakistan. They additionally, some of you will remember that in addition to the land we purchased a home that we believed would be a suitable place for the sisters to live should anything ever happen at Greentown and the sisters would need to move. Unfortunately, the move became necessary. But before that happened, we discovered that the land had toxins in the ground near the living area. Thus, we have spent the last years waiting for the situation to mitigate itself. Well, to be mitigated. Well, it's doing it itself. We will take the last step in this mitigation process after the monsoons. And we plan to plant foliage in that area that is intended to deplete the toxins in the soil. The experts tell us that the amount of toxins has been reduced significantly and is probably safe, but we want to do this next step. And then, as many of you know, that in July, last week, the executive committee and I met with all 6 of the sisters of Loretto from Pakistan. We began exploring additional possibilities for mission that could match the gifts of each of the current members' skills, interests, gifts. We looked to see if there were other options for a place to work from. Could we own something? Could we rent something? Could we borrow something? Do we need a building? We don't have those answers. What we have are questions, And we know that we have to have the 6 of them in a position where they all have voice, where they all talk about their gifts, their interests, what they could contribute. Part of me feels like it was when you all who were in classrooms were given the opportunity to look about what were your other gifts and how could you serve. Each and every one of these women wants to serve God and the people of Pakistan and the Church of Pakistan. Each of them, each one of these 6 brings different gifts. They don't fit into, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but they don't exactly fit into the mold. Well, Anna, you're going to teach kindergarten. Yep. I'm just giving it an example. But each has her own gifts. I'm sorry, I thought I was speaking loud enough, Anna. Oh, okay. Anyway, we are looking. We are trying very hard to make sure that their lives are as fulfilling in mission as ours have been. Even for those of us who had some rough spots, we want everybody to have the same options of feeling and figuring out how she will serve. And then along with that will become the growth of the community. But until we have our act together, we cannot grow the community. Kathy has a few, well, not a few, a lot of remarks. Oh, Maureen has a question. The answer is I don't know. Can we wait? Come this way.
No, my remarks are pretty brief. I do want to say that the meetings last week, I felt like the 6 of us learned a lot. We learned about how different things are in Pakistan in terms of collaborating with other religious communities and other situations. So we desperately needed that information in order to be thinking about what was possible and what people were suggesting. The other part of what the President and Executive Committee have been working on, as you know, is the broader topic of forecasting. And as part of our forecasting, we are also looking at the funds we have and what more might be needed in addition to funds for building something in Pakistan. We have funds for retirement and we have funds for mission. But just looking at the number of years that support for the sisters in Pakistan will be needed, we are most likely looking at support for 6 or more sisters for 47 more years or more if they live until the age of 80. So that's a lot of years beyond our presence. So we want to make sure that we have planned for enough to include care for the sisters, the mission work that they want to undertake, and as they age, like us, they might require more care when they can no longer live independently. And we want to be able to make sure that that's been provided. In the same way that we have the charitable trust, we want to make sure that we know what will be needed for that longer period for them and make sure that our house is in order and that we've been responsible about the commitment that we make to every sister of Loretto. So that's the other piece of the puzzle that we're trying to work out.
So I guess we'll just take Maureen's question first.
I was just wondering, Buffy, as you were talking about that, is there an estimated time when all 6 sisters would be back in Pakistan? Because I don't know all the particulars of what they're doing and how long those, whatever they're majoring in will take. Do you have any estimated time for that?
I wish I had an estimated time. What I know is that the visa situation is particularly weird with lots of Asian countries, including Pakistan. So a visitor's visa can be up to 5 years, but you have to come and go every 6 months. A religious worker visa used to be 5 years, and this is now 2.5. A student visa is as long as you're taking a full load, but we have to figure out how long our students in the U.S. reasonably can study. You know, I mean, if I were a kid, I went from degree to degree, but it was a lot cheaper. And I'm not talking about the cost. I'm just saying that we have to figure out how long, how far, to what degree people are going to get studies in the U.S. So the answer is, we don't know.
And about 2 weeks ago, the State Department and Department of Homeland Security put out a notice saying that they were changing some of the parts of the student visas. So the changes are not in effect yet, but they will be in effect fairly soon. And they're putting 4-year limits on student visas. And they're putting much more restriction on in terms of transferring to another school or to a different program once you're here. If you're here on a visa to go to Webster University and you decide you want to go somewhere else, it's not as easy as it was. And so we have to look at all that. And I also, I just wonder how difficult it is these days with like Samina's situation, just to go to the embassy and get your visa stamped again when you're coming back. There have been some really long delays, and it's not just in Pakistan. We talked to the Sisters of Charity in Nazareth, and they've had the same problem. Their president went to India and found out that the rule was you had to be home for a year before they would restamp your visa. So she spent a year trying to be president from India. And so we have to keep watching the changes that are coming down the pike.
Thank you.
I have a question that you may be able to simply answer, and then I have a more complicated question.
We'll take the simple, and you and I can talk complicated later.
Oh, no, I have to ask the complicated here. The simple question is, can you say anything about how it is that Nazreen was not able to come and attend?
Yeah, I don't think it's simple. What I know, and Maria can, some years ago, Nazreen experienced a lot of difficulty with coming into the U.S. because her name was like someone else's name that was on a list. And not a good list. We don't know. She had her visa, she got to the airport, and Maria got a boarding pass, and Nazarene was sent to another room. She was not the only one sent to that other room. There were 7 others, doctor, lawyer, a couple teachers, I think a child, who were not allowed to get on the plane. She was told to wait for some person who never came. They got to the airport at like midnight. Plane was at 3. At 7:30, they told them to go home. So she then went back to the airport and was told to go to the Ministry of the Interior. At the Ministry of the Interior, she was told she had to fill out what I would call statistical data on her family. Who were her siblings? When were they born? Where did they live? How long had they been there? A very long form. Now, they have a fairly big family. So one of the sister-in-laws then had to get the form, fill it out. So she delivered that. She has gone 3 times that I know of. 2 days it was pouring rain, and of course, standing out in the rain. And I have not talked to her for 2 days. Maria, is there anything, I know she doesn't have it yet, but we keep checking. So that's not a simple answer, and it is the complexity of having a name like somebody else's name. She is at the house in Lahore. I wrote a letter. I said that she needed to come, blah, blah, blah. An official letterhead. I signed it. I sent it as a PDF so nobody could mess with my signature. And I don't even know if they took it, to be honest. She submitted my little letter. But I mean, I said she was important. We needed her here, et cetera, et cetera. Okay.
Now, my next question goes back a bit in history. First of all, I don't watch NYPD or CSI, but I guess naturally I have acquired a suspicious mind. Wasn't our first piece of property taken by the Catholic Church in Lahore?
No. The first property where we were invited was in Faisalabad. And we were there at the invitation of Bishop Joe Coots, who later became Cardinal Coots. And at some point, the bishop who replaced him asked us to move. It was not the end of the world because our sisters had seen some value in being in Lahore. And so they had been looking at this place and that place. In Lahore, they were invited to go to what they call Greentown. It was a school that was functioning, but it didn't have sisters. They built the school up just like they built the school up in Faisalabad. It was a state-of-the-art school. And for some reason, they were asked to leave that property because there was another order of nuns who this bishop wanted to place. I know it's hard for us to understand, but the bishop, controls and says, I want these sisters here. So that's the answer to that question.
Now, the land that is filled with toxins.
Yeah. Okay, no, let me just make sure nobody else has a question.
Okay.
Because we got 5 minutes and I've got one more thing. So go on.
Are the toxins a natural event in
No.
the countryside? Are they human planted in order to suppress us?
No, they are neither of those. They are human planted. The previous owners of the property had been medical doctors. They had medical waste that they had promised to dispose of, and they disposed it by pouring it on the property. So it was the way they did it. Anyone else? Okay, I want to thank you all very much for your attention and for all. Kathy, thank you. Simon and Shaista are going to read a poem written by Nazreen about Pakistan. It is a beautiful poem.
A prayer for my land, Pakistan. They say your name means the land of the pure. Pak, a word in Urdu, clear as mountain air. A dream once whispered in the hearts of millions.
You were born in the fire of the partition of India, when the soil drank the tears of nations, and caravans of weary feet crossed burning roads.
Millions walked from villages and cities, from fields and crowded lands, leaving behind their homes, their childhood courtyards, the graves of their ancestors.
Many lost their houses, many lost their families, many lost their lives in that long and sorrowful journey.
Yet they came like pilgrims seeking refuge, believing this new land would hold them in dignity and peace.
But today, some who belongs to this soil feel like strangers in their own home.
Minorities carry their faith as though it were a fragile lamp, afraid that a whisper may become a crime under the shadow of the blasphemy laws in Pakistan.
Women bear silent burdens beneath the heavy cloak of laws shaped in the name of Sharia law, where too often their voices are not heard.
And the dream of freedom sometimes trembles like a candle in the wind. Yet still, this is my land.
The rivers carry our stories. The dust holds our footsteps. The sky listens to our prayers. the call of the mosque, the hymn of the church, the quiet longing of every heart. So my prayer for you, Pakistan, rises like dawn after a long night.
May your name become true again, not only Pak in word, but pure in justice, pure in compassion, pure in the dignity of every human being.
May no child grow in fear. May no women walk in silence. May no minority feel abandoned.
And may the day come when, beneath your white and patient sky, Muslim and Christian, Hindu and Sikh, rich and poor, woman and man, stand together.
Not divided by suspicion, nor wounded by hatred, but joined as one people, one nation, where justice flows like a river, where mercy grows like wheat in the fields,
and where peace, long waited, finally makes its home in the heart of Pakistan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe just a minute or two of quiet to kind of let that sink in and absorb. I'd like that. I hope you would too. Thank you to Maria and Mariba, Saima, Shaista, and Nazreen. I hope you're with us via Zoom. We so wish you could be with us in person. I hope you feel the love coming to you from this room in Loretto, Kentucky, all the way to where you are. But thank you for sharing your lives and your hopes and your humor with us. I think the afternoon was very rich for all of that. I'm going to make a request that maybe that beautiful prayer could be posted on the website or included. Is there any problem with having that prayer on our website? At some point, that would be great. I think all of us would like to be able to access that. So thanks, Rebecca and Jean. Yeah. And if anybody, if it's on the website, you can print it out. It's obviously a PowerPoint presentation, so I don't know that anybody has it in one kind of document. If you have it, maybe we can work on getting some copies made before tomorrow. That'd be great. Great. I just have to announce, oh. Come on up here. Or get you a mic.
And so it was an interchange, and it's time to pull it back out again.
Okay. It was an interchange, and it's time to pull it back out again. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. I think I just have two brief announcements. I hope I've got everything. One is that Beth is going to show the Tough Old Broads video again in the Narings room. So it's going to be in the Narings room at probably about 4:25, and she'll be showing again. She's willing to show it for anybody who wants to see it. So keep that in mind. And secondly, we want to thank people who are responsible for the beautiful banner here on the podium and the banner in the chapel. And as best I've been able to ferret out, it sounds like Sharon Cassing is responsible for the design, and Sharon and Mariba and anybody else work on actually putting it together. So round of applause for all of them. Oh, round of applause for Sharon and Mariba for the banners. Oh, do you want the microphone? Okay.
You'll recognize the design as Jean Duber's. It's called Harmony. The banner was sewn by Ann David. The letters were cut out by Mariba, and I did the gluing.
Okay, great. So Ann David for sewing, Jeannie Duber of happy memory for the design, Sharon and Mariba for the final product too. So thanks to all of you. They're beautiful. It's beautiful. Thanks. Okay, so I think we finished.
Samina just sent a message up.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Oh, little hearts.
Samina just sent one up.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. So, oh yeah, hi to Samina. Sorry, thank you. Samina sounds like she's with us too. So, Samina, we're sending love and care and concern for you and your mother, and you're definitely with us in our hearts and in our thoughts and prayers. So, thank you for joining us. It's been a day, hasn't it? So much of what's happening, what we're doing. I mean, I was inspired this afternoon by just listening to all the things that people are involved in. And I'm grateful that those Post-it notes are going to be collected and fed back to us at some point. We're finished for today. Supper is at 5:30. Followed by the open house at the Mariel Apartments. Mary Catherine tells me she got her bed made, so she'll be ready for you. And oh, okay. Is Mary Catherine left? Does anybody know how long it'll start? I guess probably around 6:30ish after people have had supper. So I'm thinking at least till 7:30, 8 o'clock. Don't you think? Somebody tell Mary Catherine no, she's not. Somebody tell Mary Catherine it has to go to at least 7:38. Huh? Oh, and David, Johanna, anybody else who's here? And David? Yeah, okay. So probably whenever your supper is finished, so 6:15, 6:30 till 7:30, 8 o'clock. That'll give you people time to make their way over. And David, would you come up and give people directions how to get there for those of us who aren't that familiar with the Mother House layout here? The last time I tried to do this with Mary Hunt at the Link meeting, it was dark and we were using her flashlight on her phone to get there. So tell us how to get there, would you?
You can hire a cab or actually from the dining room, you can take the dining room elevator to the 3rd floor. you'll end up in the convent. So come through the convent to the bridge. You know where the bridge is that connects the convent to Loretto Living Center. You'll be from third floor convent, you'll get to third floor Mary Nell Apartments. Or you can, from the dining room, go to the lobby, take that elevator to the ground floor of the Loretto Living Center, go down the hall, turn right to that elevator, take that elevator to the third floor. Because the lobby elevator, as you know, only goes to the second. So that's probably easiest to go to the ground. Or you can go to the living center and walk up the stairs. It's a trick. Or you could go to the church, up the ramp, and take those stairs or take the elevator. So you might want to skip supper and start now.
That's great. It gives me an idea, and if I get lost, I'll just ask somebody where to go. But I think I could handle getting to the third floor of the convent, and then I could probably do it. That sounds direct. Anyway, we'll see you all tonight at the supper and at the Mariella Apartments, and tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp, here in the conference room. Thanks.